Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the triple option. Another episode for you, another loss for us. The team's nothing if not, unique because I feel like every single week we find a different way to lose the college football game. Just the variety is extreme. It's like a Taco Bell dollar menu, an anthology of losing college football games. This week we chose being down 31-7 at one point in the first half. And then a wildly different second half. Florida State cuts it. They lose 31-23. They just can't quite get over the hump. But here's two guys that can definitely get over the hump. Adam and Kevin, how art thou?
Loud grunting sounds.
Not surprised. Kevin, how are you? Can we verbalize today?
Yeah, no, I was at the game, so
Whew.
nothing like catharsis of the 12 other people that made it to the end with me.
Was a little sparse, I will say. The crowd a bit sparse, but can you blame them? Florida State is 0-4 for the first time since, I don't know. I think Nixon was in office. It was sometime in the mid 70s. I think we still occupied South Vietnam. And it was rough. It was a rough first half, and then I expected a full-on blowout. The second half did not play out the way that I thought. And we're going to kind of go over the reasons why. There's been a large debate. Kind of was it Florida State showing up and responding in the second half, or was it Louisville taking their foot off the gas? Was it a mix of both? Before we get into the video, because this is going to be a running theme, guys, what did you think of the dichotomy of Florida State's first half and second half performances? Kevin, I'll let you go first.
So offensively, not a huge change. You break off one or two big plays. I think they found a little bit more of an identity. Kind of go into some RPO stuff we'll talk about later. Defensively, I think it came down to the narrative that's starting to form around this team, which is third down stops. And I think they were able to make some third down stops in the second half that they weren't able to make in the first half. And I have watched this game over again, but I'd like to watch it a third time with you guys before I make any sweeping statements. But
It's a glutton for punishment, bro.
even in the first half, they could get them into third and mediums, third and longs. It was just they couldn't close the door, and so in the second half they did it, and that was a big thing. And so I really am looking forward to diving into the why here.
And that's a good point. I think on Louisville's first 10 third downs, I think they converted 9 of them for a fat 90% third down conversion rate. While conversely, Florida State couldn't convert their own third downs. I think we're the worst in the country at both stopping third downs on defense and converting third downs on offense. Adam, what do you make of that? What do you make of just the wildly different Jekyll and Hyde first and second halves and Florida State's inability to do anything on third and fourth?
Well, first off, I can tell you I have no idea what the word dichotomy means.
Two
So
different
Die
things.
meaning
I'm
two.
so happy that you went to
Latin.
Kev first
Break
with
it down.
that because
I know. I could see your eyes were crossed, and
I got the headphones on, but the smoke was definitely billowing out.
you're okay. You know what that word means. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I look, success on first and third and fourth downs, offensively, defensively, I think it's boiling down to a lot of times on the success on first and second down. Truly, also, I don't think they're very good on any down a lot of the times. I mean,
Hot
look,
takes.
you're 0-4. Yeah, it is what it is. Offensively, you find yourself in third and long most of the times because you're failing to do things on first down. You're staying behind the sticks a lot of the times. Penalties were a lot better in this game, which is great. I thought that in the first half, we're going to get into the film obviously, but you hit the shot play on a busted coverage. You come back, Dennis Briggs goes down, so you're into Jarrett Jackson and Malcolm Ray in the middle, rotating with Cooper, which presents depth issues. Obviously, those are guys you don't want in the football game, as you're missing Fabian Lovin already. They find their run game. They're hitting a lot of in-breaking routes against some of these DBs and kind of where linebackers are negating their zone. So I thought they attacked the weakness of this Florida State defense, and that's why they were able to have a lot of success. I'm anxious to watch it one more time to see, did Louisville take their foot off the gas? That's the narrative that's starting to come around out there in different places. Did they take their foot off the gas? We're going to look at it. We're going to get into it, kind of see. I don't think it's. I don't think the answer is 100% yes. I don't think it's 100% no either. I think there's probably some truth is there in the middle. We're going to let the film do the talking though, because that's what we do. The film doesn't lie.
Agreed. And it was one of those things too where the first half Louisville where you're having like 13, 15 play drives. So it's not like they were really they weren't like just throwing the ball deep on not a ton of explosives, but maybe I feel like in the second half, and we'll see if it was scheme effort or maybe Louisville's choice of play calling, but I feel like Florida State forced a lot more difficult throws from Malik Cunningham, the Louisville quarterback they saw in the first half. Another thing that I think is going to be a common thread that I think we should focus on during the film, we don't have to talk about it too much here. Mackenzie Milton had a very it was a very uneven performance, I thought. There was a lot of time where he held the ball, a lot of time where people were arguing that he escaped the pocket too early. Still some kind of the accuracy issues, erratic throws. Now, what I would like to see, and hopefully the film's going to let us see, is how much of those mistakes were on Mackenzie Milton. I mean, there was some obvious misfires, but how much were on this receiving core that still leaves so much to be desired. And a reason that I want to focus on it, we'll do it throughout the film, we don't have to talk about it here, I want to get right into it, is because when that next guy does come in, whether it's a rehab Jordan Travis whenever he's ready to go, whether it's Chubba Purdy, if it's mostly the receivers, that's stuff that they're going to have to deal with too. So we want to get you guys ready, because obviously the backup quarterback is always the most popular guy on any football team. But I'd say let's go right to the film, and that's just a common thread that I want to see if we can analyze throughout the game.
And really, before we jump in the film, I want to add one little thing. I'm planning on, instead of doing a Syracuse preview like I would normally do, I'm planning on doing a more topical thing, really diving into these third down and fourth down conversions, and we're definitely going to touch on them here. But yeah, that's the plan. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. But here's the film.
As a mid-'90s rock and roll fan, I think you should call that series Third Down Blind.
Kick off to the 2.
Brings it out to the 30.
It's solid. It's not horrible coverage. You'd like to see a little more aggressiveness getting down there.
Right. You'd like to not be driven back 5 yards at the end of it.
So here's what we're talking about: an in-breaker, slant route against Brownlee. It's not great. It's not great technique at the line of scrimmage. I mean,
he does play jam here, though.
He does play jam, but he allows inside right away. He gives up the inside. Which
he gives up that inside shoulder.
That's a complete failure in man coverage.
I think he does a decent job of recovering here. I mean, you can see him on the inside shoulder here.
But if you fight more early and you don't give up that inside position, you don't give up this throw.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you're taught in man coverage, don't give up the inside. Don't give it up.
I think Malik Cunningham hits that throw 2 out of 10 times.
All right, so they talked about this one in the post game presser. I wish we had a better angle at it. You see somebody come flying up there late. I thought it was Gant. It might not be Gant. You see somebody come flying up really early in this, off the ball fake.
Yeah, whoever that is just got. I think he's expecting this is some kind of zone defense. You can just tell. He's looking at the sideline.
Looks like some quarters, right? I mean,
so it's easy to be like, "Oh, Miko Dotson just doesn't have it." But when this route starts going in, he's expecting middle help here, and he just doesn't have it.
So I see two things. I see the one safety. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I see this one safety roll up, and then you see the other safety running to the middle of the field real late. So it's either some sort of cover 3 robber, or it's some sort of cover 4, and the other safety blew it. I wish we had an all 22 here.
I have to, based just off this, it looks like a cover 3, but either way, whoever this boundary safety is, it blew this coverage, in my opinion.
Yeah,
whether it was 3 or 4.
I tend to agree with you.
Now, one thing to watch, too, I don't really think our defensive line made much of an impact in that first half at all. I feel like Malik Cunningham, like I said, a lot of easy throws, but a lot of time to complete them as well. What was that, just props to Louisville's offensive line, or what do you guys think that was all about?
Well, I think, one, you're worried about Malik Cunningham running the ball, obviously. So that impacts your rush to the quarterback. If we can pause before we get into the offense here as we talk about this.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to see if we can see if there's a spy down here.
Yeah. The other thing is they get some movement here sideways, off the play action. They had some really, really terrible stunts inside this game.
We did.
Yes, I
Slow
watched
developing, or why do you
very,
say that?
very slow developing, very unathletic looking,
Yeah, I mean,
poorly timed guys running into each other. I hadn't seen a lot of that this season, but it really stood out to me this game, especially in the rewatch. Guys just, I don't. It was very awkward. It didn't look very well coordinated up front with what they were trying to accomplish with some of these stunts. Now, again, you played a lot of Jarrett Jackson in this game. You played a lot of Malcolm Ray in this game. These are guys that you don't want to be playing a lot of.
Sure.
Briggs they're not in here obviously right now. You're seeing teams doubling Jermaine Johnson. Keir Thomas is not a pass rusher, though he does flash at times. The D line needs to be more of a factor there, but that's not why this play went for 6. I mean, this is a blown coverage.
Yeah,
It's another blown coverage.
Yeah, may have picked the wrong play to talk about that, but to me, I thought that was something that Florida State was going to have a very big advantage in, and it didn't boil out in the first half that way at all.
No, but I'm sure it'll show itself later. I'm sure, and we can point it out.
It does.
Another thing I want to point out about that play is that we've been talking about how Florida State's been very vanilla, playing a lot of man, a lot of man, a lot of man. You saw them come out immediately playing a lot of match quarters, a lot of zone, just straight zone defense, in hopes to, one, give a different look to Louisville, and two, it helps to have those eyes in the backfield to watch for scrambles and watch those draws. And that was an immediate game plan, and I think Louisville kind of took advantage of it. Mm-hmm. We'll see if Florida State gets away from that kind of softer zone defense in the second half.
If we can run it to the back to the beginning, playing Paul's. And have a little bit deeper conversation about that.
Yeah, of course.
What is one of the biggest weaknesses on this defense, in your gentleman's opinion?
Linebacker.
Going into the season, what did we know was one of the biggest weaknesses?
Linebacker.
Well, we always talked about linebacker.
Yeah. You don't run a lot of man coverage when you're bad at linebacker, because those are guys that you just can attack over and over again as an offense. Right. You attack them with crossers. You attack them with slants. You attack them with different combination routes that are going to get them moving laterally, sideways, sideline to sideline, boots, and those kinds of things. What was the success that we saw Louisville have in this game? Boots. We saw in breaking routes that attacked the voids left by linebackers.
They had a lot of out-breaking routes too.
They did as the game went on, but if you see them earlier here, it's a lot of in-breaking stuff, attacking voids. We knew that the linebackers are weakness. This is why we haven't seen a lot of zone coverage. Now all of a sudden you are running more zone. Guess what the outcome is? A lot of balls attacking those areas and attacking those weaknesses.
I think you misspoke earlier. You said you don't want to run man with bad linebackers.
No, I'm sorry. You do want to run man with bad linebackers.
Exactly.
And that's why I was confused. I apologize. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Agree to agree.
And damned if you do something else. I mean, that's kind of where we're
at some point, talent takes you to what you can do, and
one weak point in a defense kills you.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to offense.
All right, a little jet action. They wanted to work on this. Robert Scott gets a better block here. This is a big play. He just can't get beat up the field like that. I mean, he's reaching wide. You're running you're running your outside zone, your stretch tracks here. Just can't let that kid up the field that fast.
You can see this is a big part of the game plan. This comes back. Remember this jet action for later. A lot of our big runs are developed from the fact that these guys are now just have their eyes in the backfield. They know this is. You've seen it now. Even if this is unsuccessful, there's a reason you run it, right? It sets something up later.
I think DLT takes a bad track too there, but
yeah, I think they all kind of do.
They just give up too much penetration on the front side there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ran right by him. Totally agree. I guess that's something part of the game plan. You want to attack Louisville's linebackers, make them go side to side. They had a big Monty Montgomery. I think was one of their best defensive players. He was hurt before this game. That's not how you draw it up. The old 3-man rush sack.
Yeah. No, and Robert Scott again. He early he looked like a kid that hadn't practiced a lot, and he hasn't practiced a lot. So I mean, look, it sucks, but you're trying to get the most that you can out of him. That front is just not healthy. They did a major disservice not bringing another lineman in the portal this offseason. Just having another body that you feel like can help you somewhat as these guys are getting banged up.
The thing is, You can blame McKenzie for that play, but
I wouldn't there. I didn't think he had enough time to even screw it up. He was kind of
right.
dead to
Look,
rights.
this guy doesn't even get it, and it's 3rd and 11. If you're in 3rd and 11, it's hard to blame. Like that's a lost drive.
Ran a lot more mesh this game, Kev.
We did, and we will talk about a very key mesh play that was dropped.
You can hear the excitement in the voice. We did, Adam. How great of you to notice.
All right. 3rd and
Here we
6.
go.
Here we go. Money down.
Yeah,
Look at that.
There you go.
Look at
Right
that
in the middle of the
in-break,
field, brother.
in-breaking
Yeah.
route.
they did a lot
Easy
of
throw.
what looked
Again.
like Tampa 2s to me. So we don't get a second angle, but I watched this game again, and they do give a second angle in the broadcast, and I'll talk about this in my other video. But we're in a dime package with only one linebacker in the game here,
Deluge. Yep.
and
I think that's Jamie Robinson in the middle of the field there.
they have one of, I think Robinson drops to kind of a deep third here, potentially, and it's just bad zone coverage. It's just sorry.
Long stunt, takes time to develop. One thing I will notice for the guys kind of keeping track of the youth movement, you saw 26 on that play. That's Kevin Knowles. He played. Shaheem Brown played. Amarion Cooper.
Oh, Brown
Didn't
made
see
it.
a lot. Didn't see a lot of Jerry and Jones this game at all. Actually, I don't think I saw number 7 out on the field at all. I think Akeem Dent was hurt. So
this is one thing I do want to point out. We gave crap to the linebackers. Deloach, I think is a good good little player.
He's developed very well. He's a kid you're finding you can build around in that linebacker core. Got to give him a lot of credit because he took a lot of flack last season.
deservedly so. I would
Absolutely.
say deservedly so.
Oh my gosh.
This is
That's. I mean,
What do you think, Trey? This is your expertise.
Oh, you dumb stuff. I mean, I
it's not
guess,
a call. It's not a flag. Not
bro,
a
that's a
flag.
week. That's
Not a-
so
not a
weak.
flag.
I
It's
know
2
it's
weeks in a
Florida
row.
State.
Let's review it.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
Foot in bounds. He pushed
Foot's
it
in
out of
bounds.
2 feet in
Terrible,
bounds.
terrible call. People will say that, hey, you're Florida State. The refs know you're stupid. You play in
It's
the
the dumbest thing
ACC. They suck. And normally I would agree because we are stupid and the refs do suck in this league. But that is so weak.
That's super.
That's the dumbest narrative ever. You can't coach football saying,
Can't
well,
with
listen,
all those
they're
armbands.
going to call it against you because you've got that rep. It's not how
that's-
football works.
This is what you expect from Malik Cunningham.
All right, run that back. Here's a stunt inside. We kind of were talking about it earlier. This is a little bit better out of Johnson. You've got Jared Jackson rushing off the edge. It's a little interesting.
Yep. And this is your match quarters here. Notice that they're all looking at different defenders or different wide receivers, not in the backfield. So
On 3rd and 13, so you've done your job prior to this.
yeah, and decent coverage here. They pick up
Yep.
the right guy, make the throw a little bit tougher.
Nice, good response from the defense after a very demoralizing,
Yeah, and it's-
stupid call.
I can't help but wondering if that mirror.
Oh
Oh.
my God!
Can
dude,
we get a
just
doink? Can we get a doink break?
Stoink. It's of course this season. This is how it's going to happen to us, man.
Boing.
Oh, we deserve better.
The mirror tech we've talked about on defense. Let me pause this real quick.
Yeah, thank you.
We've talked about mirror technique before. You're not the biggest fan of it, but you can't help but wonder if they don't play it as a way to prepare for these match quarters styles, like the match man defenses, where
Yeah, makes sense.
they have to watch the releases of the wide receivers, then pick them up. So it's a way to kind of drill that while also drilling man coverage. So I don't know. That's just a thought I had for the first time this minute. So
I wish I was a smarter DB guy. We need to talk to
Yeah.
CJD because he's the man with that stuff.
we got some sources for this.
This is a great throw here, Trey. I mean,
Yeah, this is the problem I have with people just straight bashing McKenzie. Like he didn't have a great game. This is a throw that you haven't been able to make for 5 years.
Long time.
Yeah.
This is
couple
not
years.
a trivial throw.
No, tough
mesh.
throw. Stepped in. That's more.
It is
of,
mesh.
That's more of the stuff that you want to. That's good, McKenzie. That's good, McKenzie. However, nice pocket.
I think he
Confident
runs
step
some-
in.
and it's a good catch by a freshman.
on a tough 3rd and 9. Not Florida State's down.
Yeah, it's a good catch. Not the best throw, but good anticipation in a window over the middle on a 3rd and long.
Love you, 11. I love Malik McClain. Love Malik. Yeah, guy in his face, McKenzie with the robot leg.
I wish in these condensed videos we got more of the early downs, because I know a big thing is you got to run the ball more. All right, this is a blown assignment by a wide receiver.
Yeah, what happens here?
They're running a flex concept. It looks like to me, and your outside receiver doesn't go deep.
Yeah,
that's it. He's trying to throw this in the hole. I think he's trying to throw this in the cover 2 hole, and it's not. And
this happened a couple of times. Hopefully, it'll be on this condensed film. There was a play breakdown where McKenzie was clearly telling Andrew Parchment to go deep. Parchment did it, and it looked like one of the worst passes in the world. So this one, if you guys are keeping tally at home, we talked about this beginning. McKenzie or receivers, this one's receivers.
This has to be. There's no concept where you have this.
And if you're also keeping it home, talent
they just bash together in that spot.
This is talent. This is a kid not making a football play that he's coached to make.
Right. When we say talent, that's all encompassing.
I think it's Pokey. Who's been here for 5 years.
Right. Look, you see the pocket that he was throwing into.
Yep.
Yeah. No. That's a bad route. And I think people. So after this, you see Mackenzie Milton getting chewed out on the sideline or talked to by Coach Norvell. But I think that was just them talking. I don't think he was necessarily like, what's wrong with you for not completing a pass to a guy that wasn't there?
4th and 4.
Now this is
here? Just a misfire.
This is on Milton.
Yeah, this is on KZ. So not all love here.
No, we are fair, tough but fair. What?
Yep,
should he have climbed up in the pocket there a little bit?
I don't think so, because I think the throw was there. He just missed the throw.
If the guy's open, throw the ball.
He just misses the throw.
And that's something. I mean, McKenzie was always a streaky player at UCF. You know,
I think he's expecting more of a sit down by Cam, and it looks like Cam is continuing to work across the field there. So could be a little miscommunication, but
yeah, it is thrown behind, so he would have probably had some sort of choice here.
And Cam's pretty much running himself into the official, which is a little odd.
Official running a screen here.
So I'm not changing my position on my decision there, but
just adding nuance as we.
Yeah, because it does look like Cam.
It's hard to tell.
He should have sat down.
But either way, they're not on the same page.
Briggs, all right, this is Amari Gaynor. This is 1,000%.
Yeah, this has to be on defense, right?
I mean, you got to carry this zone, and I know that play's taking you to the right, but you've got a receiver right in front of you. You've got to.
You bailed too early at him.
Yeah, and you've got other guys outside that are going to come up and rally this. This isn't your job.
I have to
talk about every week, man. Freelancing, right? You got to be positionally sound.
One question I have to ask here is: this is clearly some kind of cover 4. In my mind, why are you playing cover 4 on 3rd and 4? I think that's partially on call.
Okay, it's coaching as well.
I think I can attribute some blame to Adam Fuller here. I don't think cover 4 on 3rd and 4 is really a smart call.
Your message isn't getting through to these players. The guys they've shown. Can you pause this for a second, Kev?
Yeah.
So there's so much tape already of how many plays where, hey, you didn't do your job, so a 2-yard gain went to a 30-yard gain. They've shown that to these guys time and again, and they're still freelancing. Mm-hmm. So to me, I mean, clearly that's an Amari Gaynor mistake.
Yeah.
But the coach's messaging is still not getting through. They're still not totally bought into this scheme.
Yep.
This is a problem. Now, but it'll be interesting to see second half if that gets cleaned up a bit. But you're still having these guys making these same mistakes. Like, they don't see the value in doing what Adam Fuller wants them to do, and they do what they think is best, and they're still doing it, and it burns you right there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that there's a lot of.
Oof.
I think Gaynor is. Yeah. Complicated subject.
Yeah. Here's your backups in there in the interior. This is what I kind of alluded to earlier.
Right.
You start to get gashed.
Yeah.
This isn't a great offensive line either. And I mean, just look how they reset Jackson. You're just not gonna stop an offense when they do that to you.
And he gets kind of sucked inside. The linebackers aren't really anywhere to be found here.
Well, linebackers are screwed when they got guys put in their laps. I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's true. If he has to engage a tackle, that's probably
and
not a good idea.
and you're playing nickel here. Kevin Knowles is having to come down in the box. That's not a play he's going to make for you.
No.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Second level is dead to rights.
Yeah.
With that level of resistance from the defensive line.
Yeah, you wish you had a Lovett healthy for the game, that you could have had him in there. You wish Briggs didn't go down early. You could have had him in there.
But all in all, the run defense, that was probably one of the longer running plays on the season.
Yep.
Here's another third down.
This is a clear PI. I don't know why they picked this flag up. I have no clue.
So this looks like cover 4 again and another 3rd and short. I don't love that because if you watch my preview video, they're going to run mesh. On 3rd and short, that is like their go-to play.
So what defense would you call to combat mesh? What do you think?
One with more underneath defenders than 3.
Gotcha.
I would almost challenge Malik Cunningham here to throw the ball downfield. Maybe sit in some sort of cover 2.
All right, Kev, but here's my question to you. In cover 4, when that outside corner doesn't get anybody going, threatening his zone down the field,
right? Which is clear from the beginning.
What's his job become?
He's got the deepest man in his quarter, which becomes this guy. So and he needs to break on it faster. Yes, I agree.
So why is he so deep? So, I mean, I get what you're saying.
No, it's multifaceted, yes. It's not just as clear as, cover 4 bad.
I mean, he's just bailed. He's just bailed out of there.
Right. He should see this guy is leaving. And the number one rule as a DB in zone coverage is when someone leaves, someone's going to replace him.
Exactly. And he should see this happening in front of him. He should have driven on the ball. I mean, he's clearly 20 yards down the field.
Yeah, for no reason. No, I agree.
So, I mean, we can complain about calling cover 4 there. I don't disagree with you. But at the same time, the rules are putting you in a position to make the play. I think it goes back to what Trey's saying. Why is it happening for these same guys over and over and over again?
And why are these same guys still seeing the field when you're making what you guys say? And I'm not a very sophisticated defensive back guy, but you said that's like one of the first rules of zone coverage.
One goes in, somebody's coming out. If one goes in, somebody's got to go out.
There's one receiver on his side. If he doesn't see this, then he has to know someone's coming. And his eyes should honestly be looking at one of these guys, maybe running a deep crosser, but they don't. He needs to. There's no awareness here. I agree with you, AB. I think it's a failure.
And it is 1,000% PI. And Deloach has got to do a better job collisioning that so that they don't just run through him.
This is the PI. This is offensive pass interference. You're not allowed to set a pick like this. But yes, he doesn't.
Deloach has got to do a better job walling this off too. I mean, it's not there.
He washes himself inside.
There's multiple failures on this play, but I can't blame Deloach. I mean, I would like to see a better job there. I'm blaming Jay. I'm blaming Adam Fuller for not getting the message across better.
Yeah, I think
they repped it in practice. I mean, come on,
you had to. And the DB technique has just been. It's been rough all year, guys. It really has. Just with the jump into the outside when you're not supposed to, jump into the inside when you're not. It's just they do so many things wrong, and they're dead to rights right from the beginning.
This is just D-line destruction.
Yeah, they've established the new line of scrimmage. There's nothing. You're dead at that point.
Again, you've got your backups in there, your third team guys in there.
You'd like to see Lundy make a little bit more aggressive effort here.
Yeah,
but.
It's a dead play.
At least we get to watch Jermaine Johnson compete every week.
Yeah, for as long as until he wants to get prepared for the draft, guys. It might not get better if they don't start listening to their coaches, or if the coaches can make them listen to them.
Lundy doing a little guessing there.
All right, back to offense.
Yep.
Let's get things moving.
17-0 first quarter. Woof.
Great catch.
Great catch.
Yep.
I mean, this is we said this in when we broke the multiple times we broke down Milton when he transferred in here. He's going to put the ball somewhere in your bubble. You're going to have to make a play.
Yep, and he does it quickly. Look, this guy's not open yet when he decides to throw this football.
Yep.
And there's a guy in his face. 9 times out of 10.
Who's getting torched right there?
It looks like they're doing some pulling action here. Run it back to the very beginning, if you don't mind, Kev.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, they're pulling DLT. They've been doing this a lot.
Just to try to get the linebackers to trigger, thinking it's a run.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing whatever they can.
Yeah,
it's all window dressing.
They're trying to get some angles on cover on pass pro too.
Well, good play, Cam
Yep,
McDonald.
great play.
Nice.
Unfortunately, you're not very talented at a lot of these pass catching positions, and these things come back to bite you because
jet motion again.
Yeah, we got that jet motion, and can we talk about
Darian
how
Williamson.
This is the worst camera angle of all time to watch a football game?
This sucks. Our broadcasts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys in the box. I just want to point out 9 guys in the box. All you folks out there, why aren't they running the football? Because there's 9 guys in the box.
1, 2. There's not even anybody over this guy. 3, 4.
So we got a 3rd and 1 jet sweep. Is this? It looks like there's an option. There's an option concept, but the
clue what this
the
is.
pitch relation or the throw relation is really
I believe
terrible.
I believe they're trying to. I don't want to.
And
call
then
it
21
RPO,
and 21. It looks like he's getting ready for a throw back,
Mhm.
but then he comes to.
He decides I'm going to block this guy that's already lost, and
even though you
probably
could go
the
out
read.
to the, yeah, well, I mean, you could go out in the flat, and he was probably going to throw it to you, and then McKenzie just does a very grandpa-ish backward shuffle into a first down.
He said first down.
Disgusting! My God, that is so gross, dude.
Hey, I'll take the first down.
I know.
But it set all this up.
Yep, that's exactly this jet sweep
motion
works.
again.
Hey, guess what? You love running jet against man coverage.
Hey, look, a 9-man box, potentially a 10-man box.
He's peaking, but a 10-man box. But you're going to get one of the easiest running touchdowns you've ever seen. Unbalanced line, right? Or is this? Am I thinking of a different play?
But look at these eyes.
I don't think this is unbalanced.
Okay,
Well,
that happens.
It's man coverage. So you're getting an overhang running across. You don't pull back, so you keep those linebackers fast flowing to the jet action because that's all you've shown so far.
Mm-hmm.
Jet action and the quarterback doing something freaking funky over that way, and now you just hand it off coming back. I mean, it's just a nice little. And that kid,
a different play.
and the guy who's defending that running back at man coverage on the other side is on the other side of the field. He's got to run through all that mess to get to him. So it's a great scheme.
Dillingham got a lot of crap for the play calls.
That's a Mike Norvell call.
There's still, I know. That's why I was going to ask because
this
feels
game
like
seems distinctly different with play calling.
Built on the thing you did from play number 1 has set this up, and it sets up other stuff, man. Look,
that's a Norvell. That's
a great call and a great situation.
That feels like an organic, natural flow. And I think there is another play. I misremembered this. I think there's like an unbalanced nub where they do the jet motion. That's another easy long touchdown. Or maybe I just have dementia from watching this team play.
They started doing some tackles over later. All right, so
great play.
17-7. You feel like you're in the game, and then
need your defense to get a stop.
Ray just can't get the field so much. I mean, you gotta.
It's 2nd and 1, dude. You're dead anyway. You were bad on first down, so we don't know how they were bad on first down, but they were.
Who's that tackle there? I can't tell if that's Briggs is 6 yards down the field. It's just not good enough. My nose banged up. That's not good enough.
Well, he gets banged up in this game from a chop block, right? Or did he come into
it had already happened. He got chopped.
Holy
what
over pursuit
here,
back
guys?
then.
Yeah, we over pursue the zone run.
This guy Gainer has to know where his gap integrity is. Come on, dude.
I mean, we've been saying it for a year and a half now.
Yeah, I just Kevin. I
bro,
like exasperated Kevin, bro.
It's just look.
I can tell you what your gap is right now just from looking at this. I believe he's got I think this is his B gap here. Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell if he's a 1 or a 3 technique. But that means this is his gap right here. Watch him after the snap is called. Where are you going?
Oh, man. Yeah.
This is your gap.
Not only that, but look how far out over the back hip he is. So he's already in front of the running back. You want
Right.
to, as
The
you're
running back
pursuing,
hasn't
you
even
want,
gotten there.
as you're pursuing, you want to shuffle with that back and kind of mirror them on that back hip. And
He
you
should
want to
be
stay on
right
that.
here
So
with eyes in this hole.
when it cuts into a gap and cuts back to you, you're there waiting for it.
So leave this pause. So you know how like kindergartners, when they go to lunch, it's all about single file line. Why is our linebacker following the other linebacker in a single file line like they're going to get a yoo-hoo from the cafeteria? That's not how Chris Marv taught
So
it up, right?
who's the other linebacker there? They should there was a window
Lundy.
there for that. Yeah, Lundy should have shot right. Keep going just a little bit more. Right there. There's a window there for him to come through.
In this A gap?
I believe this is Gant who's coming down to force it. He's where he's supposed to be.
Right, yes. And Lundy's
And
not terribly far off.
No, he's a little out ahead of it. But
you can't abandon a
nobody
gap.
there.
No, but he's okay. But, I mean, Gainer just can't be in such a freaking hurry.
This is the second time we've seen just from this condensed game. It's not that he just is trying to do everybody's job at once, and he ends up not doing his.
It's a good tackle there.
He's clearly talented, athletically gifted.
Is that Jamie?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm tired of talking about Amari Gainer.
Yeah, let's move on. I don't want to hate on a kid.
It's just you gotta do what you're told, man. Gotta do your job. That's all I can say.
But for as much hate as quarterbacks get, I think that
Run that back one more time because he makes
it's fair
a play
to be
here.
honest with other people.
Looks like they put him on a.
Okay.
They said
It looks like they might have put him on a stun here.
they said this is your gap. Go into it before the play
It's
starts.
a little slow, so I don't know if he's reading this or no. He definitely didn't read that.
No, he just went immediate, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, that's what it looks like. I could be wrong.
I think
don't
that's
when you
almost have to do that with him.
I don't want to discredit it when he does make a play. I mean,
Well, he's a good
Oh,
athlete.
oh yeah. Here, all right, Trey. Here's a stunt inside.
Okay. I just wonder if like Amari Gainer is kind of like your Jordan Travis of the defense, where you try to give him the simplest reads possible and just let his athleticism do it, right? I mean, kind of it's like one read linebacker play. This is weird. You're so right. The 48 does not. I don't know what.
It's not a kid you want to be playing. I mean, here you are. He's playing a significant amount of reps in the early portion of this game, and
Can we talk? Can I just mention this?
It's weird.
Is this quarters again, Kev?
It's quarters. They hit us here. This is my thing. This is where I think it's fair to criticize Adam Fuller. I don't think he plays this well. If it's quarters, you basically man up on this guy because he's the only guy on your side of the field. Like any crosser is the responsibility of the safety. You pretty much have this guy unless he just goes on a shallow nowhere, right? And so, yes, I expect a little bit more tight coverage here, especially some situational awareness by the defender.
There's no awareness on this team at all of that. We're not even there.
But you have to start asking the question of, like, Adam Fuller, you've seen him fail on 3rd and 4 in quarters before earlier in this half. A couple of times. Maybe call a different...
Oh, hold on a second. Pause it, don't let it run. Because I'm going to dispute that a little bit.
Yes.
Third and four is still a running down. Okay. You still have to call a defense in this position being prepared for the run, and you like running quarters against the run, especially against the quarterback run. So
with these two safeties.
The 3rd and 4. I mean, you do have to take that into consideration. I like it more on 3rd and 4 than I did on 3rd and whatever it was earlier. I don't hate calling quarters here. But you are right. You continue to put this guy,
that's what I was going to say.
In position and get the same results out of him.
Maybe you don't question the defense called, but do you question the guys you're asking to run that defense that have made this mistake time and time again? That's fair to question on coaching, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but who do you put out there? Nico Dotson.
I don't know.
Amari Cooper, who is a young guy, but he did get exposed a little bit in this game.
But
Knowles is not an outside corner. Robinson's not an outside corner. You only got one Jarvis Brownlee.
Man, that is a lot of space. Who is that? Is that Travis J?
Mm-hmm.
He gives a lot of space. Again, I'm with you. the options aren't great, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. And Travis Jay is continuing to make that same exact mistake on that same defense. How about some accountability? You preach accountability.
See, this is.
I mean, they sat him for the first 10 minutes of the game. I mean, he didn't play the first couple series. I don't know, man.
I know they're in a tough spot, but I mean,
I've coached football a long time, and it's.
Have you ever been in a situation like this? A kid who's extremely talented on an untalented team, you need it to break through, but as you're trying to wait for the breakthrough, your message is kind of playing against itself.
I mean, I don't think he can play for you.
You don't think Travis Jay can play for us right now?
I just want to say I said that before the season.
No,
that sucks because he's extremely talented.
He's talented. Yes, not good.
You start to – the kids know the reason why he's out there is because he's so talented. So your message starts to kind of implode upon
But you know what happens,
so you're in a really tough, really tough spot.
The really tough part is he knows he's really talented. And he knows that you need him. And by playing him, you're sending a message that you need him more than he needs you. So he can go out there and do the things that he thinks he wants to do, because in the end, you're still going to play him because you need him. So there's only, in my opinion, two ways to handle these situations. You either sit him or you kick him off the team. I don't want to see Travis Jay kicked off the team. I think he's very valuable. I think it's a young man that's got a bright future about him. But he obviously needs a message to understand it is going to be my way or the highway. And it's very, very crystal clear. It seemed like he faced some disciplinary situation earlier in the season.
Really know, yeah.
I don't really know. I'm just speculating on that. But it seemed like it because he, had a game against Notre Dame where it was up and down, but was your most talented guy coming out of fall camp, the guy you were raving about the most, comes out of Notre Dame game, and then suddenly he's not found in the starting lineup. You come into this game, he's not in the starting lineup again, over a young man who is not nearly as talented as he is. You start to wonder, is that discipline? So it's kind of clear to me that you're trying to do some things with him, but it seems like you're trying to do them half-assed. You either need to be all in to discipline. You didn't play Jerry Jones at all this game. That clearly looks like it was some sort of discipline thing. If Travis Jay is showing you that he's not going to do what you want him to do, you've got to send a message. You have to send a message. And if you get beat, well, shit, you're getting beat anyway.
So
yeah.
So here's
keep an eye on.
I can lose without you. I can lose without you.
We can do that. Yes, we can.
All right. So before we move on, I do want to bring up one thing. So a lot of people say we got beat deep consistently. They were taking shot plays and we couldn't stop them. We got beat on this, on these plays.
Over and over. Yeah, there were 15 play drive. I don't know where that narrative came from because of the one bust. That's where their minds stuck. But we just got 8 to 12 yard played to death. And
right. We'll see what changed in the second half, because I have a sneaking suspicion they didn't decide to stop throwing those out routes on 3rd and 4.
Oh, and he pointed right in Jamie's face.
But here's Kevin Knowles. I mean, here's a young guy, not really in position, not lined up to start. Little late on coming up here.
Yeah, this is cover 4.
This is what you're going to get out of young guys.
I think this is man match cover 4.
By the way, a ton of teams run this stuff. Like, it's not like Adam Fuller's running some stupid defense that nobody else runs. This is stuff a lot of really successful defenses run.
Young guy getting overzealous there with the angle.
Probably needs to be up the field a little bit more.
Yeah, I think this is just a freshman mistake.
Yep. It's also not very good inside. I think Marcus Cushty gets destroyed, and
he gets. This is way too easy
gets completely.
Yeah, takes himself out of the play.
Yeah. Robert Cooper playing hard in there. I've got to give a lot of respect to Robert Cooper. It's a young man who could be doing his own thing. Seems to be sticking to the program.
2nd and 10, you had success on 1st down. Bam, easy throw, out-breaking route, as Adam said.
It's a boot. I believe this kid's dragging. Yeah, it's a dragger from across the field. I mean, they're just attacking the linebackers.
Gosh. Okay.
And I think it's another situation where Kevin Knowles gets stuck in no man's land.
Kevin Knowles needs to be here. Amari Gaynor needs to be here. you need to be conservative on 2nd and 10 and make sure that you don't really commit to him until he crosses the line.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to beat a dead horse, but look at where our middle linebacker ends up.
It was just too easy for him all game.
Why?
All first half. The first half was so easy. And you got McClendon right in that area to.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather Gainer drive on that later as opposed to being there right away.
Right. I don't think the middle linebacker's responsibility is the quarterback rollout in this situation. I just don't.
No, not at that point. Not where he's standing. I mean, they're in zone and he's basically, yeah.
Right.
Not great.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And Knowles is flat-footed. He's kind of lost too. But again, we knew this was a weakness. Here we are.
Right. This is why you don't play zone with this kind of thing, right?
And
4, easy conversion.
you've got tail between your legs a little bit right now.
Right. This is a mentality thing of just you're getting beat.
Yeah, and this is when I thought, okay, I was starting to
me
have
too.
some visions of like 2016 Louisville. Fans are going to leave. This is bad. Trayshawn Ward, nothing there. As a fan, I'm getting real nervous.
We did see them commit more to getting Ward and Corbin on the field together, right? I mean, we are seeing some personnel changes.
Yeah.
As an offense to try to get these guys out there. But I mean, 1st and 10, when teams want to stop the run, they stop the run.
Yeah, that was pin your ears back. It doesn't matter who you're handing the ball off to,
A lot of time here.
Tons of time.
This is on KZ. Got to make the throw.
Got to make this catch too, though. I mean, the ball's there.
That's true.
Make the catch. It's not a great ball by any means, but make the catch.
I think a Florida State quarterback or receiver, you have to expect one of those two makes a better play than they did.
Yeah, both very, very poor showings there from both, in my opinion. I'm not really not liking what we're getting out of Jordan Wilson to be so far, to be honest.
No, in fairness, I expected more as a blocker.
Yeah,
I
same.
didn't expect. All right, this is a bust on a trick formation. They got a tackle. They got a tackle out here in the bunch, and they put the tight end on the.
I love that.
They put the tight end eligible up top here, and we bust it.
Yeah, I didn't notice that because I was at the game. Yeah, this tackle's eligible because these guys are both off the ball. Last man on the line of scrimmage is eligible.
One of those linebackers should stay in the middle of the field or in the box and didn't.
Yeah, worried about like a wide receiver screen or something.
They quick snapped that, so it was probably just. I mean, tip your hat when they call a trick play, right?
Good fun stuff.
That wide receiver screen, I think, could have got some yardage too, man. we were screwed no matter what they did on that one. Oh, I hate giving Scott Satterfield any props. I really don't like the guy for some reason. You catch that?
Here's the difference. I said this in the game. This is the difference between Louisville and us, is that it was a very similar catch to what we just dropped, and they caught it.
They
right?
go out there and make it.
Right, that's the difference. They have people making plays and we don't. It doesn't matter what the talent composite ratings are. When you can see some people are making plays and some aren't.
Tough. Middle of the field, open for business.
The first tackle.
Yeah, no, I actually don't think this coverage is terrible. It's a good throw off the back of his foot. This wide receiver makes a great play, and it's just like you got to make that tackle.
You got him down short. Get him down.
Yep.
That's just kind of the story, though.
It's that 1 or 2 yards over every play. 1 or 2 yards means the difference in a game.
And that's true freshman Amarian Coop. That should have been a penalty. That was frustration. That's dumb Florida State football. That kid played better in the second half, Brownlee.
That's
just
picking
frustration.
Just picking on DJ Lundy.
Yeah, that's you want to blame the secondary, but that's the linebacker not being able to get back and help.
What'd you guys think of Amarian Cooper's technique here, though? Just as a young kid, you're putting this more on the linebacker than the young DB.
Yeah, I am. I mean,
well, it looks like some kind of cover 4. Mm-hmm. This is his zone out here. He's not concerned with this. The linebacker has to get under there.
Gotcha. And just didn't get deep enough at all. No recognition.
But then I'd love to see the tackle.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're good at not tackling the ball. So.
Oh, we're good at throwing the guy down after they've already scored the touchdown.
We're good at tackling when it doesn't matter anymore.
It's so stupid, dude. Oh.
Yeah, I mean his technique's not great though there. I mean it's not beautiful.
Yeah,
Just
you'd
doesn't
like
look very balanced, right? Like very like a young kid playing his
Yep,
first
yep,
snaps.
yep. But you've run a lot of quarters in this game. Haven't had a lot of success with it here early. I mean,
Still running it,
yeah,
31-7.
yeah. I don't. That's where I start to like. I mean, you don't come off of it at all.
these
Very
are
inflexible.
good throws by
Very,
KZ.
very, 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 very unable to alter the game plan in the game itself.
I wonder how much quarters we run in half two.
That's what I'm curious. That's where I think the narrative of
Yeah.
Louisville gave up in the second half might change. Is if
How about
we see
Andrew
a
Parsons?
dramatic
That's
change.
nice right there,
That's
man.
beautiful. That's what you get out of
McKenzie.
Milton. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
he-
the strength, right?
How do you say he played it like an absolutely irredeemable game when he's making that throw? You know.
How about Andrew Parchment?
Yeah, that's a tough catch, man. That's a kid that we've given a
Has he-
lot of crap to, deservedly so. But that was great. That
He
was
had a
very
good game.
great. And yeah, he had a good game for him.
He's got to go get the ball. He's got to fight for the ball like this all the time. It can't just be when you're open. It's got to be all the time.
Yeah, he's not a jump ball guy. We don't have a jump ball guy.
But
That
that
kinda
drive
killed us
was
down the
all
road.
that touchdown drive to me. That was all McKenzie Milton.
agree.
Decisive, quick, accurate throws. That's
agree.
good McKenzie. Now we don't get that as much as we all would like, but that's what happened. I think we can just go right to the third quarter. I don't know when this game goes to that.
Yeah, we're skipping that special teams play.
Yeah, well, our special teams. I'm not thrilled with our special teams.
I think Deloach is wrong here.
Yeah, I think so.
So that could be coaching. The coaches could have just never told him where to be, or he just made a mistake. That's the tough thing about it. Is like you can either believe that these coaches are so incompetent that they never told a kid where to be on a coverage, or you can believe that these kids just don't.
They just don't know what they're doing out there sometimes. I mean,
Right. And that
just
can be a
completely
coaching
lost.
thing. It can
yeah,
be.
you got to teach it better, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
So
disagree.
it's a hard line to draw off. Where is it coaching? Where is it talent on some of these plays?
Yeah,
When you-
I'm with you. It's
When you see guys do it some of the time and then just completely lose their minds others.
There's the Malik Cunningham I think Adam Fuller was expecting. He was still open, but
a lot of time here.
Strike.
Yeah, good catch, man. Andrew Parchment. Mackenzie
You're not
Milton.
getting a lot of rush. You're letting, Louisville's pretty content with letting you
Yeah, you got a long ways to go there.
matriculate the ball down the field.
No, that's a fun word. Third and
Third and
18,
18.
dead
Yeah, whatever.
rights. Try to see, just get it to a playmaker. Try to see if he can bust one.
All right, let's move forward.
a lot of people are going to question this call. I don't know what it is either. All right. Second half.
All right, we get a little more RPO run action here.
Yes, this is
immediately.
This is not just because, why didn't we run the ball more? This is an RPO. This is half run, half pass, right?
Yep.
Tell me more about it, AB.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to put guys into a bind. You drew it up the other day, Kev, on the
Yep.
instant.
We're reading this guy.
Yeah, you put that overhang defender in a bind, and now you give yourself an advantage because they're keeping him in the box. I mean, they're saying we don't respect you enough out there. We're going to keep him in the box. Well, you're going to see as the game goes on here, they start throwing this thing out there. I also want to point, look at the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in there. Okay. Not this. They played 3, drop 8 the whole game in the second half. To start the second half, 8 guys in the box. They're there to stop the run. You made a schematic change. You made a decision to go to more of this
Great run,
RPO style.
man. God, I like the way he runs, dude.
Yep. You kind of trick out people. There's a big hole
get him-
here, and he cuts it back.
You get him one-on-one with a corner.
Right. That's what this little nub formation does. Is it gets that corner to have to do run fits.
And this is what you're trying to do when you're creating a run game is find a one-on-one at the second level and hope that your running back
There
wins
are
it.
like 5 or 6 good moves from Jayshon Corbin on that run in the middle of all that traffic.
You got to really feel excited about what you can hopefully continue to try to build with him moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Adam. He's a good player. He's a really good player.
Yeah, and Ward also. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
and Toafili. People rag on him
No,
because
he's
that
still
Jacksonville
got,
State.
dude. He's got a lot. He's got a lot to give this team in the coming years. It's tough right now because these two guys are almost a sure thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, these two guys are potential NFL players,
Yeah, it's not so much that Toafili sucks. It's that Corbin and Ward are both running like men possessed. That is an awesome run. I didn't really give it enough credit when I saw it live. That is great.
It's a great run, get great blocking, but that little change in scheme helped you out a lot there.
And they went back to a fair amount.
And that had nothing to do with Louisville taking their foot off the gas, right, guys? Like you said.
Nope.
Okay, still just
Lundy.
Nah, linebackers, not great.
Yeah.
Yep. His gap is probably this B gap out here.
He's chasing the freaking the H back crossing the formation.
Should he? Is that something that should concern him at all?
Well, I mean, you've got to recognize it, but no, you shouldn't be chasing it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be committing that hard.
We got 3rd and 16 here. I wish I could remember how they got in that position, but
it's probably some sort of tackle. They did a really good job of getting Louisville into these 3rd and long situations, and that's probably one of the bigger reasons. Is in the first half we see 3rd and 4, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, and now we're seeing 3rd and 16 immediately out of the half. 3rd and 18, whatever it was.
I wish we had a better punt return.
Yeah, me too. Jet action again.
Good move, 8.
He does look like Devontae Freeman, doesn't he?
Ocho, yeah, right?
I think that's what he's going for. Yeah, here's that jet action. You're just
running outside zone up there with the jet.
Yeah.
You're moving eyes. That's all you're doing. I mean, you're just
trying
influencing
to get the
eyeballs.
slightest bit of advantage.
Yep.
But
you're just trying to get a hesitation from those linebackers so they're not running right to it. You get what you want.
It lends credence to the idea of Florida State is not good enough to just line up the ball and run it whenever you want, man. There's still so much window dressing that people aren't even recognizing. That's why we're not seeing it a lot in the condensed film, but we're crushed when the defense knows we're going to run. What do we think here? What happens here? Does he bail too early? What's the deal?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, if he stops and throws it, he gets eaten by this guy.
Right.
He might be open, but that's just because he.
Look, I think everybody's going to tell you. What I'm going to tell you is I'd love for him. You've committed to running the football. Go get that first down. Like, do what you got to do.
On 3rd and 3? On 4th and 3?
3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. I feel like he kind of pulled off of it a little bit there. I was like, I'm going to try to make a move. Like, just go get that shit if you can.
Yeah. It's hard to ask Mackenzie Milton after all he's been through to try to run through 2 defenders. But
I know that.
I don't think he bails too early. If he doesn't bail, he's going to get sacked.
The only thing it looks like is available is the dump off to Ward, who's going to probably get tackled too. I mean, because he's got a guy right there by him.
So Milton are receivers. That's for receivers. They didn't get open, and he made the right decision.
Offensive line too.
Yeah. Okay.
Got beat pretty quick. All right.
31-20. It's a game, though.
It's a game. We're there.
It's a game.
Thursday.
You were there.
I was.
All right, they got straight man here.
Got bailed out by a holding call, I believe.
And it was a legit holding call. I mean, Cooper's going to tackle him at the line of scrimmage, most likely.
This is one of the reasons why you don't want to go man in the first half, because you're worried about this. With man, these guys aren't available to help tackle. Zone, they are.
Yep. They're just paying attention to the receivers. Just like Deloach. I mean, Deloach is having to leave the middle. He's voiding the middle of the field because he's got somebody he's trying to cover.
However, Kevin, that's not a defense that we saw a lot of in the first half, right? So are we on the scorecard of keeping up with Adam Fuller? Did he call a different game in the second half? At least on that play he did, right?
It's hard because they keep getting him into these 3rd and long situations.
My God, can we just pick up one of those?
No.
3 of them on the day. 3 of them on the day.
Our talent luck is unreal. Our turnover luck is unreal. And it has been for like 5 years. At a certain point, it's no longer luck. God, all right, tell me about this.
I can't because I can't see the beginning of where he's lined up.
I could tell you that he was probably lined up around the 45-ish.
No, that's too tight then.
Right. At this point, I thought.
But I don't know. But you haven't seen this kid punt at all. He didn't punt the entire first half, did he? He punted one time.
Maybe. I feel like they scored every drive they had.
So I don't know what your scout was on him as his average punt yardage. I mean, you typically have a scout on that. And you know where to put the kid. I mean, It didn't look like he got into that one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Helton is obviously not an answer back there.
Yeah. To talk about that for a second, there are really three possibilities I want to briefly mention. Either they scouted him poorly and had no idea where he was punting from, which I mean you could probably look up his average yards per punt and guess. Helton didn't line up in the right place, or the kid just had a punt of his life, and I would probably guess it's that third one.
I don't like his decision making as a punt returner.
Yeah, I don't love it. I'm not crazy about it.
But
Throw
at
that
least
back.
he catches it more often than not.
He does catch it. That's the positive.
Like, he doesn't muff it.
So they went to this a little bit with that running away from that tight end.
A little H back.
They put the H back the opposite side and started wrapping him around almost like a power.
But they don't pull anybody else, do they?
Nope.
So it's almost like a split zone kind of feel.
Somewhat, but you open up right to it. It wouldn't be split zone if you open up right to it.
Louisville's linebacker kind of screwed himself on that one. So, how does that feel?
They
Scumbags.
They definitely started messing with their keys.
Yeah, they were keying hard towards the tight end side.
Yeah.
I like watching other people suffer from bad linebacker.
So I mean, it's some good scheme change though, and then you get a little.
And
I believe you're trying to
forward.
get it. Yeah, you're trying to get an RPO. I believe.
It'd
It's
be a
hard to
tough
tell.
RPO seeing
trying
as
to-
he's
You're trying to throw the slant on the backside here, the post on the
just
backside.
Scott gets tonight. Just Scott gets blown by again. A tough game so far for Rob.
Yeah, he hasn't practiced a lot the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
So is that
Yeah.
so it looks like they're faking that same play. Should he stay out on this defensive end?
Scott?
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
So it's not a full fake.
I mean,
He's supposed to-
everybody else blocks to the right. That's why I think it's an RPO, because everybody else is showing run game to the right, like they ran down on the goal line, or the whatever the last time we saw that play.
All right, 3rd and 12. Yeah, I mean you can't expect to get this right.
Nope.
If you get this, it's
He's trying. Throw it to 11. 11 standing in the middle of the field, wide open. I mean, I think seeing that, this is on Milton.
like throwing this.
Yeah, I mean, he's there. He's open.
Just got to try to make.
But he's trying to work the ball past the sticks. I get it, but yeah,
After
I mean,
7 seconds of running around, you would expect a receiver to be open.
you would, but you got to know. You've got to know that kid's there. I mean,
But
I don't-
one of these guys has to be open, right? Like,
have you seen these guys?
but that's the thing is that if I'm a quarterback, I'm not looking at this dump off after I bought an extra 5 seconds scrambling around.
It's tough to tell from this angle. Is one of the kids open and he's not seeing it?
I wasn't
or
live.
none
I
of them
remember this
open?
play pretty distinctly.
They weren't open.
They are. It is like they're being stuck on like glue.
I'm going to tell you in that situation, I want Milton to be more decisive with the football there and not wait banking on somebody to come open and throw the ball to the guy that is open.
Sure.
Okay. I think that's fair for sure. And Gant, bad angle.
I mean,
But look who comes up to clean up.
That ain't scheme change. That's effort.
Right. And he fought through, I don't know if they're going to show it on this, but he fought through knife through a poor block from a receiver to get there. But
Gant does a nice job of coming up and forcing it. And then Brownlee gets off a block and comes and makes a play. I mean,
did you like Gant's angle on that? I don't know if I like.
Yeah, he's your force player. He had to come up there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Cunningham's he's decisively fast.
No, he's good. Cunningham is good. Yeah, no. What really stands out to me about this play is that they didn't do a Hail Mary like they did on 3rd and 3 in the first half.
Yeah, I
don't know if you remember all those Hail Marys they were chucking down.
I don't understand the narrative that Louisville took their foot off the gas. I mean, maybe we're missing something in some of these other plays.
Hold on.
It looks like it's the same offense. They're doing the same thing.
We changed something. We're in man coverage here.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
We went back to what we've been doing all year long,
and it worked pretty well.
We manned up and made a play, man.
Yep. I think this kind of reinforces my feeling that our defense really hasn't been that bad this year. It's really not the problem.
Well, they can't play zone. I think we can tell that with a fact. They cannot play zone.
Right. First half they tried something different. It didn't work.
at all. And I think we probably waited a little too long to change that. DJ
DJ
Williams
Williams,
there.
run that back.
Yep.
Let's look at it again. I believe, yep, you're getting your RPO action here.
Good push by the offensive line, but part of that's because I don't know, they're getting help here. You're moving the ball.
Like a pretty
the defense
loaded
is getting
box,
a little.
Adam, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're in there.
You're reading this guy.
They're certainly trying to stop the run.
Right, he stays out. You give it.
The biggest thing, the biggest thing that I didn't talk about earlier that I'm noticing there is you also run it back to the beginning, please. Is you get this linebacker, not the one that's outside, not the apex, the kid inside of him. Yeah, that kid. He's outside the tackle now, or
right.
head up on the tackle. So you've also removed him from the box somewhat, and that's also helping your run game a lot.
Yep, totally agree.
Because again, you're forcing that corner to come in and be put in a position in the run game that he's not used to and he's not comfortable with.
Same RPO.
Yep. They beat us up front. I mean,
yeah, I think Cam gets beat here.
Yep, you didn't win up front.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do if you let 3 people in the backfield.
Yeah, and Love Taylor's not a good player this year. He's the best of what you got, but
sucks.
It does suck. Good kid, just not the same player he was last year.
Nope. And it just goes back to this team's not good enough to consistently move the ball down the field.
3rd and 11, dude. Nice play.
Hell of a catch. Hell of a play.
Yeah, the good and bad of Mackenzie Milton, right?
Yeah, that's a very apt way to put it.
Give him a little bit of time, he can throw passes like that, and you haven't really been getting those. And I'm not convinced that they're seeing Chuba throw those passes in practice, and that's probably why you're not seeing him.
Certainly.
3rd and 2, tough run, good conversion.
Good. Hard run.
I was starting from a fan's perspective. I was starting to feel it a little bit on this drive. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they're moving the ball well, and they could have kept moving it.
It's hard to say anything bad about what he's doing. Catch the ball.
Yeah. Well, Kev, what do you see here, bud?
What do you think? We're running this play is broken. Just by the way, I don't know of many teams in the country that's not running this play on 3rd and 5 or less. Because basically at this point in time, you're getting away with free pick routes, running mesh.
Especially with this officiating crew.
So, yeah.
You like the decision here from Milton? Just got to catch it and get that.
It's a great decision.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best throw, but good enough to catch it.
I wish he would have held the ball and thrown it to McDonald. Oh, McDonald walks in for a touchdown.
Yeah, but you want to be decisive, right?
I know. It's hindsight, and you wish. And
I'm a sucker for getting the ball to the running back.
He's going to get a first down there. I fully believe that. I know somebody. Oh, that guy's driving on it. He's going to get a first down.
I think he might get 10 yards after a first down.
And
but just make a kick.
Our field goals.
Should they have gone for it there? 4th and 5.
I think with the way you're moving it, I would go back to that RPO and maybe do it, or maybe even go back to mesh. I don't think they were ready for it.
Interesting, because he goes Mike Norvell's decisions are funny because they're very aggressive and non-traditionally, like traditional as far as like a football guy's mind, as far as like he'll go for it on his own side of the 50 all the time. But he also seems to enjoy kicking long field goals with like a 50-50 kicker.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Does he I'd like to see the analytics on some of these field goal decisions and see if he's following the same analytics for all of his decisions. I hope he is.
So they're in zone up there, right, Kev?
I think it's a man match type deal.
Yeah.
If I were to guess, we've got some sort of solo coverage here, which is why it looks like man.
And
but
this guy's the shit out of this kid. Like, that's what I want to see out of a corner. I don't want to see any of that mirror nonsense.
Damn.
But here's the thing. They're running stick here, is what it looks like.
Yep. Jamie does a great job collisioning.
Redirecting.
Yeah, beautiful redirect.
But here's the thing. This isn't terribly dissimilar from what they did in the first half,
Mm-mm.
right? A short throwing play on 3rd and 2 to try to move the chains. You move the chains here, you keep the drive going, you have an opportunity to move the chains again. That's what they did in the first half. They kept moving the chains, they kept making these completions, and I just kept thinking, there's no way Malik Cunningham can continue to make these throws, and he didn't. Right?
And the
Am I
coverage was
crazy?
Great
better.
job by Sidney
No,
Williams.
the coverage was better. Yeah, that was good.
The
So you
coverage
got
was better.
Dotson on the field. I don't see 18 on the field there. And for
Nice-
what you will.
Nice patient run.
They
Little counter
show
try.
they show this even though it's no longer an RPO, just hoping that this guy.
Yep. I'm a little surprised they didn't come back to it and throw it though, because dang, he's
Yeah.
open.
I'm surprised that they kind of abandoned the RPO after this point and tried to go deep. You see it
Yeah.
here. Like at this point, I'm just like, be patient, man. Go back to that RPO.
Yeah, I
It's
thought they did get
working.
impatient.
Look how far back they are. I think he got impatient as a play caller.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially 12 and a half minutes
Come on,
left. You're down by
Rob.
11. Yeah. Mike loves the explosives, guys. That's
Yeah,
just
he
in the
does.
DNA.
Yeah, it's something
Should've
I
got
fundamentally don't love about his play call style. It is what it is. But I'll take consistent moving the ball over explosive plays all day.
A lot of time. I mean,
But that's just a personal
17.
preference. That doesn't mean it's bad. You know, I
Right.
want to make that clear.
Andrew Parchment. He made this catch, right?
Yeah.
I think,
Give it to
because
him.
I think we go
Yeah.
for it, don't we? Is
Yeah.
this the? I think. I wonder. Oh man, that's you know what? Maybe
That's
it was
a
little
great
too
catch.
tough on him. Yeah, I guess he did
Yeah.
have a pretty darn good game.
great catch.
And
You
here's
got it.
this: four plays. I'm fake looking at the sideline way too long.
Okay, so yeah, he's right to look initially. Let's watch what Cam does because I think Cam might be right here. So this guy goes completely unblocked, this defensive end, and you're
Yes,
kind of hoping to
yes.
get him off guard. And the question is, does what Wilson?
He looks at the sideline too long.
So yeah,
He look like, yeah, dude.
this is a perfect freeze frame.
And I guess it's because obviously McDonald's is looking to the
And
sideline,
look-
but he can see the ball being snapped.
But you leave it here though, because you can see what you get out of Louisville. They've got 5 guys engaged and 1, 2, 3 guys standing there on their heels, not ready to play football. You just
no,
wish-
it's not. It's weird. It's
weird.
It looks weird when
People are going to say it's high schoolish and Pop Warners, but come on. How many times have we seen this team not be able to convert on short running situations? They've got to try this kind of stuff. I mean, it just is what it is.
I like it. I think
Oh,
this guy needs to
nope.
pay attention.
I have no problem with it. Go execute the freaking play.
Oh,
Because if he just gets a piece of him, Corbin can cut outside of him and get the run.
he can at least not
working
get
to the
tackled
edges.
3 yards in the backfield.
No, that's got a very good chance of conversion if he just gets a piece, right? Like, look, everybody's engaged. The nearest, those linebackers are washed. They're going to get caught in the wash. But yeah, I mean, it looks stupid when it doesn't work like that. I can tell you that. But when you watch it back, they had it. I mean, they had it. Just one guy doesn't do their job, man. Rinse and repeat. Welcome to Florida State football. I don't think there's anything more to say about that than that.
In retrospect, if I'm designing this trick play, I probably don't have guys on the line of scrimmage that are looking, even if it destroys the illusion. Either just have them out wide and hope you thin out the box, or
I disagree.
you think you need the whole thing.
Yep.
I don't think those guys are paying enough attention. But that's just retrospect, you know.
Yeah, you hindsighting in a little bit, but
All right. Either way, I don't
your job.
hate the call. I don't. Still, after all this.
You fought yourself back so far, and then you just
well,
can never
defense responds.
can never
Defense
get over the hump.
responds after a demoralizing and
Jamie Robinson, I
embarrassing
show my respect and affection for your game.
He needed to have a good game, in my opinion.
He needed to, and he did. That's a kid you need to be. You need him to be a big time player.
All right, we got a tackle for loss. Now it's 3rd and 14.
That's
There
fine.
you go. Good tackle by Travis J. He was right there where he
Yeah.
needed to be.
I don't
Yep.
like that they got 10 yards on 3rd and 14, but
Well,
it is what it is.
oh
That kid
man,
came to
yeah.
play.
Oh
I
man,
can't believe it. I
did we
can't
get a
believe we
flag
didn't.
on that?
No.
How do we know? That's
But
good.
you tell me the difference. You tell me we're running some magical stuff all of a sudden. We ran a little bit more man. We played a little bit harder. Louisville's still running the same garbage they ran the whole first half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is they ran a triple that was like a pure triple, very similar to this in the first half. Where one of these guys was over there and he went in motion and I think they got either a first down or a touchdown off of that play. This is very similar, except now you're just kind of taking this screen pass as your third option.
I don't see a Louisville team doing anything drastically different.
We
than they
also
did the
seem
first
to
half,
know where
yeah.
to be and communicating a lot better defensively right now too, which is what you're not seeing a lot of pointing and hands up. What are we doing? Guys seem to know where the hell to be right now.
It man, I hope they can carry this defensive performance over to next week.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, who they play? Syracuse.
Mhm.
Syracuse, you should beat
It'd be interesting.
Syracuse.
I know. I'm wondering. I forget who their quarterback is. If they'll be comfortable playing a
DeVito?
lot of man. Can he run? He can run a little bit, can't he?
Not really.
He can't. I guess
He's not fast. Or he's not slow
Dungy?
by any
I
stretch.
guess I got
but-
him mixed up with the Dungy they had. Good run.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good here.
Yeah, you are. At least like we could make this interesting.
Yeah, dude.
Moving linebackers with action in the backfield.
Yep.
Love it.
We think this was a more of a Mike Norvell called game. That's what you guys feel from
100%.
watching it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
I know nobody will ever say it. Nobody will ever admit to
Oh
it.
God, of course not. They won't. And just what?
Just got beat.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
four gets whipped again. I mean, it's becoming a theme. Either Robert Scott's getting beat or one of your tight ends is getting beat.
Yeah.
And those are tackles and tight ends where we just don't have better options. All right, what happens here, McKenzie? Why didn't you throw it?
Nobody's open.
Yeah. I would probably venture to guess that that's why I didn't.
No,
throw
they're
it.
all covered up. Yeah. Receivers.
You know, do you want him to throw a pick when there's a chance for a?
No. That's a fine decision. Our receivers just blow. Like I mean, it is that is what it is.
You know,
And there you go. Kid makes it.
I think it comes down to what are your expectations of Mackenzie Milton. Did you come expecting him to change this team dramatically and win the national championship? Then you're probably very disappointed by these performances.
Tackle.
Yeah, you got to make that tackle. Is this a holding call?
Yeah, Jay gets held.
Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty obvious holding call. I mean,
They still got the
should-
10 yards before.
Yeah,
the holding.
the 10 was legit,
I
but
thought we were a little up the field there, but you know, you're starting to play aggressive again.
Yeah, I mean Cunningham's gonna get his every once in a while, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like you've kind of kept him bottled up.
You need
Williams
Sid
does-
to make this play.
you
need to make that play.
Got to make that tackle, Sid.
But that
Yep. Be a little more under control.
3rd and 4, big
But you're
game
right.
here, boys.
Cunningham will make plays.
Cunningham might be the best running quarterback in the NCAA.
All right,
right
what
now.
was this? What was this defense called? I want to see
Travis
this
Jay,
because this is what they
Drake.
did all first half.
Right, this is the first half.
It's not. Is it on? I'm trying to figure out what
It looks like it's zone. It looks like cover 2 on this side almost, or maybe they're still playing cover 4, but they're like, "Hey, press,"
Press it, yeah.
because he does leave his man last second to
Mm-hmm.
go for this, implying that, you know. Let me get to that point. Implying right here,
Lundy's got to do
Lundy's
better.
got to do something.
yeah.
I don't
He's-
put that on. That's I don't put that on Travis J. That's yeah. That doesn't look like what he did in the first half to me at least.
No, this
Great
isn't
guy.
just him bailing for no reason.
Hmm.
That was him carrying a receiver and getting no help from
No,
Deloach.
I mean I think it's cover 4. I do think it's cover 4.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's probably a fair guess, and they just made the adjustment to say, "Hey, on cover 4, we want you playing like if we want you playing on the line of scrimmage," and it's a good play by Louisville.
It's a great play. I mean those teams do make those.
Right. It's fair to compliment another team, let's talk about this play. This amazed me.
God, how do we not cover this?
We just don't, man.
He just destroyed. I mean, Miko destroyed the freaking blocker.
This saved they might have got a first down here, and Miko Dotson blowing this blocker up. I love it.
Yeah, wow, man. Yeah, he did.
That's off to him.
That's effort, bro. I mean,
Yep.
like you said, they're playing a little bit more man, maybe a little bit of a slight adjustment on how Travis Jay's playing the cover 4, but I don't know why it took them a whole half of football to get into this mindset.
Yeah, why does it take you a half of football to play that?
Yeah,
hard?
why do you have to get beat before you decide to show up?
Is that coaching, Adam? Like, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like
don't know,
the
Trey.
motivation thing, I don't know.
I don't know, Trey.
Nobody knows.
If I knew, I'd be making a lot more money.
3rd and 15, dead to rights. What do we do here? Doesn't really matter. It's
Speed.
3rd and 15. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can sit here and be like, oh yeah.
This was after one of his famous. I fell down over the turf monster.
Yeah, that's easier to criticize than
Yeah, that's
this.
what they're gonna be. They're making us watch all these other plays. They won't give me the turf monster play. Bad choice, condensed film. Oh my God, holding. Did they not call holding on that?
Oh, I saw this live.
Darius Washington.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah.
They didn't call
Top of the
holding.
screen. Look at this arm bar.
Yeah, this
Let me
is
see if I can
rough,
pause it.
dude. He's about to hit him with a rock bottom here. Yeah. Oh God, he's even behind him.
Robert Scott gets beat again.
He's about to hit him with the old German suplex.
That is bad.
We get bailed out here.
He just doesn't have
Yeah.
enough. He doesn't have enough arm to throw
Okay.
that to Parchment.
I couldn't tell if he was trying to throw to Parchment or.
Wait a minute. Did they call DPI on that? And
No, it was legit. It was a legitimate call.
Yeah.
it should have been offset with the clear, disgusting
It
holding.
should have been absolutely.
There's
Whatever.
that pseudo inside zone split here.
We need help, man.
I kind of like this because you're still getting that split. You're still getting that pulling blocker, but you don't have to rely on your offensive linemen who are too slow to pull. And Corbin does what he does.
McDonald's just running around, but he's getting in people's way. Yeah, great run. He's not blocking anybody, but he's just kind of like doing the old safety cone dance, just getting in people's way, redirecting them. It's better than nothing.
I'd love to hear him do a podcast.
That would be cool for sure. I'd be interested to hear what he had to say.
I would be willing to pay money out of Tomahawk Nation's account to hear what he had to say.
Well, let's talk to the people that are in charge of that and see if we can make that happen.
All right, run that back. What do we get here? They bring a rush, and they bring a blitz.
I thought in game I saw this and I thought this was just they knew what was coming. It's a great little run blitz.
Yep.
Here, and you just catch them running inside zone to the left, and
So just good call by the DC. Good call by Louisville DC. That happened.
yeah, see, it's hard to blame anybody for that. You just get back to the line of scrimmage and play for second down.
Though I'm not sure we get anything, even if, it looked like he got whipped up front.
Looks like a good pocket.
Oh, there's a turf monster.
Yeah, you got yours.
Oh no! Looks like he got sniped in the patella. Just
Out of there.
I like the roll, the dolphin dive.
I'm not sure how far he even gets still, but he's got to be.
He had a bunch of fun floppy flops in this game between backing into that first down, whatever 3rd and 18. You're not converting that anyway.
Make it manageable.
Trying to make it.
I guess you're you're trying to have the best 4th down you can. 4th and 7. Oh, a lot of time back there. That's the Parchment miscommunication. But I wonder. We're not going to be able to tell. I wonder if there was a guy that was open, so you wouldn't have had to go to that. He had a bunch of time.
Yeah, I think this is the one where it's fair to be like, he probably vacated that pocket early.
I don't see anybody open. Just as it's.
I know it's tough to see.
Here's the hard part when we start talking about evading pockets. There is a clock. They're taught.
Especially with this offensive line.
Exactly. You're taught. Look, you're only going to have so much time. So at some point, he's got to do what because you're not looking at the rush. You're looking down the field at these receivers and at the coverage and trying to know where to go with the ball. At some point, you've got to feel it and then move because you feel like, all right, my clock is telling me ball's got to come out or I got to move.
Right, caught that ball, another bet, and it sucks that we can't call a punt block anymore because we're definitely going to run into the punter. That sucks to not have that in your toolkit. All right,
Get out of bounds, Malik.
Gotta go. Yeah, agree with you.
It's a first down though. I mean, in college it's different.
Clock's
gonna stop.
Yeah, minute freshman mistake. A lot of time.
Another.
I don't know what that was.
It was out of the break. It looked like he kind of tripped him up.
That was a weak DPI. I think I remember watching that.
Yeah, it was.
Got time.
But this is the same route. They decided to go man coverage against Parchment at the end of the game for some reason.
With off coverage, he can beat off coverage. He can't beat press.
I don't know why you don't go back to the well here. I'm just going to take my shot until they double team him.
Here's where he stays in the pocket, and he should have tried to get out sooner.
Right.
Oh, man, get off Robert Scott's knee. Get out. Get away from him. Makes me nervous. I don't like that. So it's funny. People, a lot of times, look at McKenzie bails out on pockets too early. This one, he didn't bail out on it early enough, Adam.
Yeah.
You also expect a little bit of time when they only bring 3 or 4.
Something.
All right.
It's got a little more arm strength than I thought.
Yeah.
I think that they said after this, and Parchment said, I don't know if the coaches said it, but that was a poor job of him fighting for that ball, right?
Yeah,
I mean, shit, I don't.
Not that it was going to be a completion at all, but he doesn't make a lot of contested catches. Now, he had his best game of the season so far, but just passive, dude.
Yeah, McKenzie's just throwing this up hoping that...
he's hoping somebody goes and makes a play. There's not a play to be made there, in my opinion.
I think this is too early for this shot, though. I think you're moving the ball.
Yeah, I think he makes a bad throw here.
It is interesting.
He throws it too far.
Like you said, Kev, it is interesting. They had a formula for success on this drive through the air, and they did it twice, and then they stopped.
Yeah, I think they got impatient. Again,
and
I think
that seems to be something I want to keep track of for this coaching. They seem to get a little impatient.
Well, did they or did he? You can't really say.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's
in that situation, fair. I'm not sure they're telling him to throw the ball.
Oh, here we go. He does have a step, and then he pushes the cornerback into the ball.
He slows down there. It's like, why are you?
So this might have actually been a really good throw by McKenzie.
Yeah, this actually might have been a shot that they could have gotten. And now you're seeing this. Look at it. He's slowing down. Why are you slowing down? Why did you not fight through that arm bar that he initially threw that was very poor earlier?
He just makes a wrong read on this ball, I think.
I think he tracks it very well. I actually think he probably did have a play there to be made.
I guess the ball is slightly inside, and so what he's probably trying to do is...
run through the football. Run through the football. That is what you're taught to do.
We just don't have that one guy that's going to go up and get the ball.
No,
Parchment's just not a jump ball guy. He's a one-on-one get open against...
That's one of those situations there I'd love to see a back shoulder fade.
Yep.
That
we showed in spring. A fair amount.
We showed him a lot, and we haven't seen him at all in game.
It's the hardest pass to stop in football. It's the hardest pass to make, but
you got one-on-one there. You're attacking one-on-one. Would have liked to see him come.
So let's talk about the narratives that we talked about before, and let's see if we have a clear perspective on it. Did Louisville fundamentally change what they were doing from first half to second?
I don't.
Yes
think
or
so.
no?
Didn't look like it to me.
Did Florida State fundamentally change what they were doing from first half to second?
Yeah.
Ran more man coverage. Yep, but played a lot harder.
And also did a little bit more RPO stuff.
Yep.
Got some movement going. Gave the ball, fed the ball to Corbin and Ward a little bit more. But yeah.
Yep.
Were the majority of the miscues in the passing game on receivers or Milton?
50-50?
Hard to tell. Yeah.
Hard to tell with
I
this.
would probably
Okay.
say third between offensive line, wide receiver, and
Yeah.
McKenzie.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
I don't see a lot of time. I see him missing guys, but I also see them not getting open really.
But I
Do
also
you
think you need
two?
to give him credit for making some throws on third and longs that move the ball that wouldn't have been made if it wasn't him.
Yep, and credit to
Assuming
Andrew Parchman for having his best game.
assuming Jordan Travis is not available for Syracuse, do you want to see Chuba Purdy play?
No,
I want to win a football game, and if they don't think that Chuba Purdy is the right person to win a football game, then I don't think you play him.
Okay.
I mean I know enough coming out of practice. He's not. No, I don't want to see him.
And then I think that's kind of the main narratives. I think that's kind of the main narratives coming out of this game, right?
Hmm.
I think that's where we can sit based off the film.
Do you feel nobody feels confident in this team? So this is all relative. We're 0-4. Sucks. This season sucks. Do you feel, based on the second half performance, that Florida State, do we think that they can carry this momentum to the start of a game?
Momentum.
Can they have a good start to a game again? They haven't had a good start to a game since Notre Dame.
I think this is how I feel about Syracuse. I feel like I think you outplayed Notre Dame and lost. I think you outplayed Jacksonville State and you lost.
But you shouldn't have been in that situation. You didn't
shouldn't have been in the
outplay him by as
situation.
much as you should have. You didn't outplay him by as much as you should
but
have, for sure.
At
You're
the point
right.
where there's a 99.9% chance you're going to win that game before the last play,
Correct.
double coverage, touchdown, you outplay them, you lost. You outplayed Louisville in the second half. But even Jacksonville State, you didn't come prepared. Syracuse is not a good football team, and you need this win. You need to be prepared for Syracuse. If Florida State works all week preparing just to win one game against a Syracuse team and can't pull it off, that's when my danger bells start ringing, because that's really hard to excuse at that point.
FSU is, besides the one where they had months and a just absolutely electric environment, Florida State is not coming out for these games in the first half prepared. Now, kudos to them for getting a response in the second half. But guess what, guys? Points in the first half count just as much as points in the second half.
Yep.
So you can't be spotting them 24 in the first half, and you want to get your first win of the season in October. That's disgusting. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Will Florida State respond? Can they carry the second half? Or are we about to have another lackadaisical first half and another embarrassing performance? To my knowledge, I think Florida State is 11-2 in the series versus Syracuse, and they've never lost to them at home. Will this be another of many firsts for this Florida State season? I don't know, but we'll find out together here on the Triple Option. We love you guys. Subscribe to the X's and O's YouTube page. Tell your friends about us, because we're the only people doing what we do. Go to the Patreon. Kevin, again, I will emphasize this point, is a poor man. Help him. He deserves it. He's a nice fellow. And that's it, guys, except for just keep chopping. We will. You don't stop either.